Your living room may look comfortable, yet somehow your mind still feels crowded. The problem may not be the size of the room, it may be everything inside it. Japanese living spaces reveal a quiet truth. Peace does not come from adding more, but from removing what steals your space, light, and calm. Here are 10 things your living room may be getting completely wrong. 1. Your living room has too much furniture. Many living rooms feel crowded, not because they are small, but because every empty corner has been filled with something. A second chair, another side table, a large cabinet, extra shelves, and decorations slowly take over the space until the room becomes difficult to move through and tiring to look at. In many Japanese homes, empty space is treated as an important part of the design. It is not seen as unfinished or wasted. It allows light to travel, makes cleaning easier, and gives the mind a place to rest. When a room contains only the furniture that is truly needed, every object becomes more useful and more noticeable. Begin by looking at each piece and asking a simple question. Does this item support daily life, or is it only occupying space? Remove one unnecessary chair or table and observe how quickly the room changes. The goal is not to create an empty home. The goal is to create a living room where people can move freely, breathe deeply, and feel calm instead of surrounded. 2. One giant sofa is controlling the entire space. A giant sofa may look comfortable in a showroom, but inside an ordinary living room, it can quietly control everything around it. Once it is placed against the main wall, the television, coffee table, lamps, chairs, and walking paths must all adjust to its size. The room stops serving different purposes and becomes a permanent television area. In many Japanese homes, seating is lighter, lower, and easier to move, allowing the same space to be used for relaxing, eating, working, exercising, or welcoming guests. This flexibility makes a smaller room feel far more useful. Look carefully at your sofa and ask whether its size matches the number of people who actually use it every day. A family may need comfortable seating, but comfort does not require one enormous object dominating the entire room. A smaller sofa, movable chairs, or floor cushions can create better conversation and more open space. Your sofa should support your lifestyle, not decide where everyone sits, how everyone moves, and what the entire living room is allowed to become. 3. Every surface is covered with decorations. A living room can become visually exhausting when every table, shelf, cabinet, and windowsill is covered with decorations. Framed photos, candles, artificial flowers, souvenirs, bowls, books, and small ornaments may each look beautiful alone, but together, they compete for attention. Instead of creating warmth, they make the room feel busy and difficult to clean. Many Japanese interiors use fewer objects and give each one enough space to be noticed. A single plant, a meaningful photograph, or one carefully chosen piece of art can create a stronger impression than 20 items placed together. Begin by clearing one surface completely, then return only the objects that genuinely add beauty or meaning. You may discover that half of the decorations were there simply because no one had decided to remove them. Empty space is not cold or unfinished. It creates contrast and allows important objects to stand out. Your living room should not feel like a storage area for everything you have collected. It should display only what supports the atmosphere you want to experience every day. 4. Visible cables are creating silent visual chaos. Your living room may be clean, yet still feels strangely untidy because charging wires, extension cords, television cables, and internet connections are visible everywhere. These small lines cut across walls, gather behind furniture, and create visual confusion without immediately attracting attention. Many Japanese-inspired interiors keep technology controlled by hiding cables inside covers, securing them behind furniture, and removing wires that are no longer being used. This does not require expensive renovation. Start by disconnecting every unnecessary cable, grouping the remaining wires together, and giving chargers one permanent place instead of leaving them across the room. Use simple cable clips, boxes, or sleeves to keep connections hidden and protected. The difference may appear small, but the room will instantly look calmer and more intentional. Visible cables also collect dust, make cleaning difficult, and create dangerous walking areas near the floor. A peaceful living room depends on details that quietly support order. When technology is useful but visually controlled, it serves your life without dominating the atmosphere of your home. 5. Single-purpose furniture is wasting valuable space. Many living rooms are filled with furniture that performs only one small task while occupying valuable space every hour of the day. A large coffee table may hold drinks for a few minutes, an extra chair may be used only when guests arrive, and a decorative cabinet may store objects nobody regularly needs. In many Japanese homes, furniture is chosen for flexibility rather than size. A low table can be used for meals, work, reading, and family gatherings, then moved aside when open space is needed. An ottoman can provide seating, hidden storage, and a place to rest your feet. Folding chairs can appear when guests arrive and disappear afterward. This approach does not make the home feel temporary, it makes the room responsive to real life. Examine each piece of furniture and ask how often it is used, how much space it consumes, and whether another object could perform the same function. Your living room should be able to change with your day instead of remaining trapped in one arrangement. The most valuable furniture is not always the biggest or most expensive. It is the furniture that works harder while asking for less space. 9.6. Meaningless collections are trapping your past. A living room can slowly become a museum of things you no longer love. Old souvenirs, unread magazines, forgotten gifts, decorative boxes, and objects connected to another stage of life remain on shelves simply because removing them feels uncomfortable. Each item may seem harmless, but together they occupy space, collect dust, and keep your attention tied to memories that no longer support who you are becoming. Japanese simplicity does not demand that you throw away everything from the past. It asks you to keep only what still carries genuine meaning. Pick up each object and ask whether it brings warmth, serves a purpose, or deserves a place in your present life. Keeping something out of guilt is not the same as valuing it. A meaningful memory can remain in your heart even when the object is gone. Choose a few treasured pieces, display them with care, and release the rest without shame. Your living room should not be crowded with evidence of every place you visited or every person you once knew. It should reflect the life you are living now and leave enough space for the person you are still becoming. 7. Harsh lighting is destroying the calm. Your living room may be perfectly organized, yet still feel cold and uncomfortable, because one harsh ceiling light is flooding every corner with the same brightness. Strong white light can make the room feel more like a workplace than a place for rest, making your eyes tired and preventing your body from fully relaxing. Many Japanese-inspired interiors create a softer atmosphere by using several gentle light sources instead of depending on one powerful bulb. A warm floor lamp near the sofa, a small table lamp beside a reading chair, or indirect lighting behind furniture can add depth without overwhelming the space. Natural light is welcome during the day, while warmer and lower lighting helps the room become peaceful in the evening. Pay attention not only to how bright your room is, but also to where the light comes from and how it makes you feel. Lighting should support the purpose of each moment. You may need brighter light for reading, but relaxation requires softness. When the light becomes calmer, conversations feel warmer, furniture looks more inviting, and the entire living room begins to feel like a place where your mind can finally slow down. 8. Your furniture is blocking natural light. A dark living room does not always need more lamps. Sometimes the real problem is that large furniture, heavy curtains, tall shelves, or crowded decorations are preventing natural light from entering and moving through the room. A sofa placed directly in front of a window may block the lower half of the daylight, while a tall cabinet beside it can make the entire space feel smaller and heavier. In many Japanese interiors, windows are treated as an important part of the room rather than empty walls waiting to be covered. Furniture is kept lower, curtains are lighter, and the space around the window remains open so sunlight can travel freely. Look at your living room during the brightest part of the day and notice where the light stops. Moving one chair, lowering a shelf, or replacing thick curtains may completely change the atmosphere without buying anything new. Natural light makes surfaces appear cleaner, colors feel warmer, and rooms seem more spacious. Your furniture should help light enter the room, not stand in its way. Before adding another artificial light, uncover the brightness your home already receives for free. 9. Floor clutter is making the room feel smaller. Your living room can have beautiful furniture and clean surfaces, yet still feel crowded when bags, shoes, boxes, toys, magazines, and charging devices are scattered across the floor. Floor clutter does more than create a messy appearance. It interrupts every walking path, makes cleaning harder, and causes the room to feel smaller than it really is. Japanese-inspired living spaces often protect open floor area because a clear floor immediately creates a sense of freedom and order. Begin by noticing which objects repeatedly end up on the ground. Most of them are not there because you need them nearby. They are there because they have no permanent home. Give frequently used items one simple storage place. Remove anything that belongs in another room, and keep baskets or cabinets from becoming new hiding places for forgotten clutter. When the floor becomes visible again, the entire room feels wider, lighter, and easier to use. You can move without stepping around obstacles, clean without shifting piles, and relax without seeing unfinished tasks everywhere. Open floor space is not empty space. It is breathing room for your home and your mind. 10. Too many objects are creating more work than value. Every object in your living room asks something from you. The rug must be vacuumed, the cushions must be arranged, the decorations must be dusted, the blankets must be folded, the plants must be watered, and the shelves must be organized again whenever they become crowded. One object may require only a few minutes of attention, but when hundreds of small possessions share the same room, those minutes quietly become hours. You begin to believe that maintaining a home is naturally exhausting, when the real problem may be that your living room contains more responsibility than comfort. Look around carefully and notice how many things create work without improving your daily life. Perhaps there is a delicate decoration you constantly move before cleaning. Maybe several cushions are placed on the sofa, but everyone throws them onto the floor before sitting down. There may be a coffee table covered with objects that must be removed whenever someone needs to use it. You might own a beautiful chair that no one can sit on because it has become a permanent place for folded clothes, bags, and unopened packages. These objects are not serving the room anymore. The room is serving them. This is where Japanese simplicity offers a powerful question. Does this object give more than it takes? A useful object may take up space, but it supports your life every day. A comfortable chair gives rest. A lamp creates warm light. A small table provides a place to eat, read, or work. A meaningful photograph brings genuine happiness. These things earn their place because the value they provide is greater than the effort required to maintain them. But an object that is rarely used, constantly cleaned, repeatedly moved, and never truly enjoyed creates a silent burden. The cost of unnecessary belongings is not limited to the money spent buying them. You also pay with your space, time, energy, and attention. You must decide where each item belongs, remember where it was placed, protect it from damage, and eventually decide what to do with it when it is no longer wanted. Even when you are not touching these objects, your eyes continue to notice them. A crowded room sends hundreds of small signals to the brain, making it difficult to relax completely. Your body may be sitting still, but your mind is surrounded by unfinished decisions. This is why a room can look luxurious and still feel tiring. Expensive furniture and beautiful decorations do not automatically create comfort. Sometimes they create a home that looks impressive in photographs but requires constant effort to maintain. A truly peaceful living room should support ordinary life. It should welcome you when you are tired, make cleaning simple, and allow you to enjoy the people around you without feeling distracted by everything that needs attention. Begin with one small area instead of trying to transform the whole room in one day. Choose a shelf, a side table, or one corner of the living room. Remove everything from that space and examine each item individually. Ask yourself whether you use it, whether it improves the room, and whether you would choose to bring it into your home again today. This final question is important because many possessions remain only because they are already there. You may never buy them again, yet you continue giving them space simply because removing them requires a decision. Do not keep something only because it was expensive. The money has already been spent, and allowing the object to create stress will not bring that money back. Do not keep it because someone gave it to you. You can appreciate the person without displaying every gift forever. Do not keep it because you may need it one day when you have not used it for years. Your home should support the life you are living, not every unlikely situation your mind can imagine. As you remove unnecessary objects, you may feel uncomfortable at first. Empty space can seem strange when you are accustomed to seeing every surface filled. Give yourself time. Soon, that emptiness will begin to feel like freedom. Cleaning will become faster because there are fewer things to lift and move. The room will stay organized longer because every item has a clear purpose and a permanent place. You will spend less time managing possessions and more time actually living in the space. The goal is not to create a perfect Japanese living room or to remove everything that makes your home personal. The goal is to stop allowing objects to consume more energy than they return. Keep what is useful, display what is meaningful, release what has become a responsibility without a reward. Your living room should not be another job waiting for you at the end of the day. It should be the place where the demands of the outside world finally become quieter. When every object earns its place, the room becomes easier to maintain, more pleasant to enter, and far more valuable to the people who live there. The greatest luxury is not having more things. It is having a home that asks less from you and gives you more peace in return. Your living room is not wrong because it lacks beauty. It may be wrong because it asks too much from you. Too many objects demand cleaning. Too much furniture steals movement. Too much decoration leaves no place for your eyes, or your mind, to rest. Japanese simplicity teaches us that a peaceful room is not built by filling every corner. It is created by protecting space, light, and purpose. You do not need to change everything today. Remove one object that no longer serves you. Clear one surface. Open one pathway. Let one forgotten corner breathe again. Then notice how the room changes and how you change inside it. Because when your home carries less noise, your mind carries less weight. Your living room should not merely look impressive to others. It should feel peaceful to the person who returns to it every day. Create less clutter, keep more meaning, and let your home finally give back the calm it was always meant to hold.